crisis of confidence going on here. Well done, 430s. Great crowd support out here, fantastic.
Ecstatic and warm.
Loving it. Well done. Cheers, buddy. How are you feeling? Crap.
What is it about those 26.2 miles that captivates us so much? I ran my first in 2012, and here I am 13 years later, walking to the start of my 165th. Like any relationship, it's had its ups and downs. I felt incredible lows, but no matter how much it hurts, I keep coming back because when it's good, it's bloody amazing.
I was supposed to be in baggage cart B, which is already gone.
This was to be my second Brighton Marathon in as many years, and my 27th road marathon. Don't get me wrong, I'm not obsessed. I mean, it's not like I have a colour-coded marathon spreadsheet with filters and embedded links to Strava. I mean, that would be mad.
I took a last-minute trip to the loo, so now there's nobody around, and we're going to kind of start the run on our own. It's quite nice. We've got Amy here.
It's a special
and Carol.
about how these people give their
And we are going, look. Not even a countdown or anything, we just cross the line and we start. So, Brighton Marathon 2025, we are on our way. We finished yet? So right at the beginning of Brighton Marathon, there's a beast of a hill. You go through the start line, round a corner, and then it's up for 500 metres. Anyway, we're just at the top now.
I usually try and show up in a road marathon, and I'll give it my best shot. But this time, I'd volunteered to pace my friends Carol and Amy. We had no set time goal in mind, but as the race went on, things wouldn't quite work out the way any of us had planned.
So we're ticking over quite nicely, just about to hit 3 kilometres and just about to hit the turnaround to go back into town. If we carried on going this way, we would hit Gatwick Airport. So we're not going that far. And we've got the beautiful Withdean Park just behind me here. Here's the turnaround. So now we're heading back down towards the seafront.
Here's the thing about marathons. Whilst they are in many ways a huge social bonding experience where friends, family and colleagues run together or provide support and perfect strangers call out your name and wish you well, running a marathon is also a very personal, insular experience.
Just passing Preston Park where we started, so that's all emptied out now over there. So looks like everybody's on their way now in the Brighton Marathon. Just past 5k in 32 minutes. A bit congested as the road narrows here.
When I was a child, I used to attend church every week. I don't believe in God anymore, but running a marathon is a lot like going to church. There's this collective sense of togetherness, of shared experience and like-mindedness, and yet at the same time, you're engaged in a deeply personal relationship with God, or in this case, the marathon, which no one else sees or truly understands.
So this is London Road in Brighton, kind of a big shopping area just outside of the main centre of Brighton, heading south towards the pier. So just on the right here, this is the Brighton Dome. I think I said this last year. This is where ABBA won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1970 something or other. Hello! So there's runners running in all directions now. Runners coming down here, runners coming back up, and then another set of runners going back down again. We are about 8 kilometres into the Brighton Marathon. That's the Royal Pavilion over there. Probably Brighton's most famous tourist attraction. Right, there's 10 kilometres in 1 hour and 6 minutes. There's a 4:45 paces going up the other way.
Now, if the marathon is treating us well, we tend to embrace the collective bonding experience. We laugh with strangers, we wave to the crowd, we enjoy the atmosphere and the scenery, and we forget about the physical effort of running.
First view of the seafront here.
If things are not going so swimmingly, we tend to retreat in on ourselves. The marathon becomes a much more introspective experience. This is both an emotional and a physical coping mechanism, but it's also often where we learn the most about who we really are.
Come on, Carol, how's it feeling? 12.5k in.
There's no way I'm going to go through this.
Just do what you can, do your best. You'll be all right. So, little crisis of confidence going on here. We're about 13k in, and Carol. Yeah, go on, Carol. What are you thinking?
The chimp is overtaking me.
The chimp on your shoulder.
Yeah, he's doing my head in. I can't overcome it. I'm just so tired and hot. And I think it's just excuses, isn't it? Treadmill training for a warm marathon is not the thing to do.
It is warm, it is warm.
Get outside and get used to heat.
So Carol wants to hang back a bit and let us go, so the pressure's off really, so she can just do what she wants and make it to the end in her own time and not worry about me and Amy dragging her along. So we might do that then. Yeah, I know, but I know you of old. I know you don't like running with people.
I'm married to Victoria. We're not perfect. We argue. I mean, we've got kids. What do you expect? But we know each other inside out. We've seen the best and the worst of each other, but we keep going through it all because the desire is still strong and the reward is so great. It's just the same with marathons.
Nearly 17 kilometres in. I've left Carol and Amy, but they did want me to go. They wanted me to go so they could just relax and not have any pressure. So we're at the turnaround at 17k and we're at 1 hour 50 minutes. Just climbing the last major hill in the marathon. After this it's pretty much flat all the way and we are in nearly 18k in. Right, here's the 4:30 guys. Well done 4:30s. Right, let's push on a bit. Now last year the turnaround was at the top of that hill. So we're going on a bit further this year by the looks of things.
Now, you might imagine the more experienced you become at running marathons, the less painful they are. But as anyone who watched my recent Manchester Marathon video will know, your relationship with the distance can never be taken for granted. You may think you've cracked it, you've had a couple of good years, then all of a sudden your legs have gone, you're walking at 10 miles and you're questioning why you ever started running marathons in the first place.
Beautiful view back into Brighton there with the marina.
Funny thing is, my Manchester finish time was still faster than my very first marathon in Paris all those years ago. Could it be that what's more important is your journey to the finish line rather than how fast you got there?
Right, there's 13 miles. So, just 0.1 to go to halfway.
How do you measure marathon success? Let me know in the comments. Is it by how much you enjoyed the run, or by how fast you ran, regardless of how much fun you had or how well paced it was? Or is a successful marathon simply one where you make it to the finish line?
Right, that's halfway in 2 hours and 12 minutes. So, let's try and make an effort to get in under 4 hours. Right, coming back into the centre of Brighton now. Piers just ahead of me. We're well over halfway. 23 kilometres in, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Big thanks to Protein Rebel for the gels on today's run. Awesome gels, thank you Protein Rebel. And Flying Burrito for the amazing shirts, thanks again. So, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that now. But more importantly, watch to the end of the video. Make sure I make it to the finish.
I think that with the marathons I've run has come some wisdom and acceptance that no matter how much planning and prep you do, they rarely turn out the way you expect. But also that that's okay. You learn to take the positives from the bad days, or at least learn something from them, and you ride the wave on the good days. And every so often, when you least expect it, you'll have that perfect day where everything falls into place. Those are the ones to really cherish.
Great crowd support out here, fantastic. So just here is Sea Lanes, open air swimming, really good. Freezing cold water even in the summer. There's a big project going on at the moment to rebuild or reclaim these colonnades here. Beautiful structures, and they've been derelict for quite a few years, so the council are finally getting their act together to put them back to the condition they should be in. Right, turn around at the end of Madeira Drive. We are about 25.5 kilometres in. Love it! And that's the nudist beach over there. And now we're heading back towards the pier. And that is the Volks Electric Railway. It's the oldest electric railway in the world that's still going. So back at the end of Madeira Drive, pier on my left, and we're now heading up towards the Grand Hotel and out towards Port Slade and Hove.
The great thing about having a colour-coded spreadsheet as I get older is I'm able to reminisce. You're always going to have regrets. If only I'd taken things easier that day. I wish I'd been stronger on that day. But mostly, you'll smile. I'm so glad I went there. What a superb day that was. I remember exactly how I felt at that moment. Marathons make memories that endure, that grow and inspire.
Grand Hotel, back there. And that's the Hilton Hotel there. That's the famous derelict West Pier over there. And exactly in line with where the West Pier used to meet the promenade is the Brighton I-360, which has just changed hands and will be reopening again, or has reopened again. Brighton I-360 there. 30k in 2 hours and 56 minutes.
There's a saying that getting to the start line of a marathon is a win in itself, and running the race is your victory lap after months of intense training. There may well be DNFs and even did not starts, which are all part of your marathon journey, to be embraced, acknowledged, and from which you learn and grow. It's not always about getting to the finish line. The road to the start is littered with broken dreams.
So we've just hit 32k, 20 miles, just about, I think, in 3:07. We're going to try and get in under 4 hours if we can. I'm pretty tired now, but only 10k to go. And it's great support out here, it's really good.
I love the YouTube video.
Oh, cheers, buddy, thank you. What's your name?
Billy.
Billy, cheers, buddy. How are you feeling?
Crap.
Crap! Well, only 10k to go, mate. Here's our 4:15 pace, well done, buddy. How you feeling?
Ecstatic and warm.
Loving it. Right, we're in Port Slade now. So in a second we're going to turn back and head back to Brighton. 33.5k.
There's something really special about the last 10 kilometres. Even on a good day, this is where you find out what you're made of. When your head is doing more work than your legs. This is where the demons lurk, shouting at you, why? And it's in finding the answer that salvation lies.
35 kilometres, 3 hours 22.
See, there must be a reason why we're all here. And the only way to find out why is to run the race, to compete, to fight for your place, knowing that at any moment you could fall short, and taking the risk anyway for that one moment of euphoria when you can say, I made it, I did it, I'm not a failure.
Just passing Otello where we ate our meal last night. Along Church Road heading back into Hove and then to the finish. Five kilometres to go. And we've got 28 minutes to do that.
I look pretty happy here, don't I? And I was, you know. I really enjoyed the Brighton Marathon this year. It wasn't a fast time by my standards, but it was fun. I waved at the crowd, I chatted to strangers, and I held the demons back for another day. I found peace in my footfall, and the rhythm of my breathing, and a joy in that process.
You're on the home straight, there, Stephen. Well done.
Cheers, buddy! 2k to go nearly.
Some days you'll break, but breaking lets the healing in. And if you lose your way, you went further than you've ever been. So just show up, even when you don't feel ready. Just show up, though your legs may not be steady. Just show up, not for medals, not for praise, but to meet yourself halfway. Trust the fall, trust that showing up is show up. Trust that showing up is all.
Had to push at the end there, but I think I got in under 4. So I really started to struggle actually in the last 10k. Just it is warm when you run. It's not so warm when you're standing around because there's a breeze, but when you're running it's really warm. So actually, yeah, I started to struggle, but we just scraped in, I think, just under 4 hours. So that was a bit more of a training run than I'd planned. A bit faster than I thought I was going to go, but you know, you get caught up in the moment, don't you? I loved it, I enjoyed it. The last 2 times I've done Brighton, I've been really impressed with the organisation and how well supported it is. Just really had a good time. What I don't like about the Brighton Marathon is once you've finished, they keep you moving forward. There's nowhere, like you've just run 26 miles and they want you to stand up and just keep moving into this crowd when all you want to do is just sit down and chill out for 10 minutes. But you know what, it is what it is. And it's absolutely crazy packed.
You don't run 26.2 miles for a medal. You run it to remember what it feels like to be fully alive, to wrestle with your limits, to face your fears, to be broken, but continue on. The marathon gives you nowhere to hide. It strips everything back until all that's left is the real you, raw, laid bare. In those final miles when the noise fades and the crowd blurs, you realise this was never about running. You know this was never about running. Life isn't a marathon. It's hundreds of them strung together. Some calm, some stormy, some beautiful. You may never truly know why you're here. All you can do is keep showing up for yourself, for the people who believe in you, and sometimes the ones who don't. It's a long road, and sometimes it hurts, but it's only by breaking that we can heal. And when we're healed, we get to live, to feel, to love, and to run all over again.
So just show up, even when you don't feel ready. Just show up, though your legs may not be steady. Just show up.
The late afternoon sun, everyone who we came down with has now finished. Carol's crossed the line. What was it, 6 hours 17. We've had a really lovely day. It's been hard work though. That is the Brighton Marathon 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching to the end. If you'd like to watch last year's Brighton Marathon, then click that link just over Carol's face. So thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the start line next time.